In 2024 and 2025, the largest technology companies in the world laid off more than 150,000 workers. The reason given every single time was the same: artificial intelligence was taking over. Amazon cited AI, Google cited AI, Meta cited AI, Intel cited AI.
Big tech companies like Meta, Google, and Amazon have been laying off a staggering amount of workers, tens of thousands of people.
Units affected, they also include hardware, engineering, ad sales. So far, last night, CEO Sundar Pichai told his workforce to expect more cuts.
An Amazon spokesperson did confirm those layoffs. The head of Prime Video and MGM saying in that memo that the company is making some of the cuts to prioritize investments for the long term.
Layoffs are also plaguing industries like healthcare, banking, and media. However, the tech industry is the one that's been dominating the headlines.
The narrative was clean, inevitable, and apparently unstoppable. There was just one problem. The AI wasn't actually doing the work. This is ground truth. And what the last 2 years of mass tech layoffs actually reveal isn't a story about automation. It's a story about one of the most effective corporate cover stories in modern history. Start with the most revealing data point of the entire AI era. Researchers recently tested state-of-the-art AI models from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google by giving them real, economically valuable freelance tasks, the kind of work that was supposedly being automated away. The highest performing model achieved an automation rate of just 4.17%. Google's Gemini came in at 0.83%, less than 1%. These are the same systems that justified stripping an entire generation of tech workers from the industry.
Big tech layoffs rolling in. Spotify, the latest to tighten its belt with plans to cut 6% of its employees. The CEO had this to say: an effort to drive more efficiency, control costs, and speed up decision making. The move follows Meta slashing 13% of the workforce, 10% at Salesforce, 6% at Alphabet, 5% at Microsoft, totaling more than 44,000 jobs cuts among the 5 companies.
Here's what was actually happening instead. A company called Builder AI was valued at $1.5 billion and marketed itself as a fully autonomous AI development platform.
The company was called Builder.ai, and it promised to let anyone build an app as easily as ordering pizza. Sounds great, right? Except the AI was fake. The revenues were fabricated by 300%, and the whole thing came crashing down in spectacular fashion in 2025.
Court documents from its 2025 bankruptcy filing revealed the reality. 700 human engineers based in India were manually performing the tasks the company claimed were handled by AI. They promised a machine, they built a sweatshop. And when the money ran out to pay the humans, the AI died overnight. Builder AI was caught. Most weren't. Amazon runs a platform called Mechanical Turk, a marketplace where low-paid human workers operate behind a digital interface to fix the mistakes of the AI that was supposedly replacing them. Meta restructured around AI efficiency, while its automated systems were quietly monitored by overseas contractors. The pattern is consistent, and it has a name: AI washing. Using the language of automation to justify workforce reductions that were actually about cutting costs and moving jobs to cheaper labor markets.
Public company execs, they might think that they will enhance their stock price by talking about their use of AI. Well, here at the SEC, we want to make sure that these folks are telling the truth.
The financial logic is straightforward. When an executive announces AI-driven layoffs, the stock goes up. When the same executive quietly rehires the same people 18 months later as expensive consultants, nobody issues a press release. Nearly 75% of S&P 500 growth over the past 2 years has been driven by AI speculation. The incentive to perform AI transformation, regardless of whether it works, has never been higher. And the performance is failing in ways that are now impossible to ignore. AI-generated code contains up to 1.7 times more errors than code written by humans. Companies that adopted AI coding tools are managing 38% more code than before, not less, because someone has to fix what the AI breaks. Seasoned engineers are reporting being 19% slower when using AI tools because they spend an average of 11 hours a week correcting hallucinations. Google's own engineers noted that while 25% of new code is now AI-generated, the technical debt that code is creating would take 61 billion workdays to pay off. The result is what engineers are calling the junior death spiral. Companies eliminated entry-level roles because AI was supposed to handle basic tasks. It didn't. Now those companies have no junior developers to train into seniors, no institutional knowledge being built, and no one who understands the architecture that the AI is generating broken code on top of. Forrester research predicts that over half of all layoffs attributed to AI will be quietly reversed, not because companies suddenly developed a conscience, but because their systems are breaking and there is nobody left who knows how to fix them. The rehiring is already happening. Up to 4 in 10 new tech hires right now are developers who were previously laid off by the same companies now calling them back. The HR world calls them boomerang employees. The financial reality is that they don't come back at their old salary. They come back as consultants with premiums. The cost-saving strategy has produced the opposite of what was promised: higher costs, degraded systems, and a talent market that companies spent 2 years deliberately hollowing out. The 1979 IBM training manual, circulating in tech circles right now, contains a line that reads like a warning nobody heeded. A computer can never be held accountable. Therefore, a computer must never make a management decision. 40 years later, companies discovered that principle the expensive way. AI is a genuine tool. It accelerates certain tasks, reduces certain costs, and will continue to improve. But the version of AI that exists today cannot replace a senior developer, cannot understand business context, cannot catch its own errors, and cannot be held responsible when it breaks something critical. The executives who told shareholders otherwise knew this. The layoffs happened anyway. The difference between a technological transition and a corporate lie is whether the people making the decision believed what they were saying. The evidence suggests many of them didn't. This is ground truth. What's actually happening beneath the headlines?